all about bugs. So what exactly is a bug? Here are some items that you might like for your very own bug kit. So let's get outside and go on a bug hunt. I mean, insect hunt? Are there any insects here? I always like to check under the leaves and near logs. That's where we can find the insects. I don't see any yet, but they're so small. I kept looking and look what I found. A woolly bear caterpillar. He's so cute and soft. And right beside him, there's a little shell, a snail shell. How interesting. Is a woolly bear caterpillar an insect? How do we know we even found an insect? Well, take a look at this. This tells us how to identify an insect, but it's not always so clear to tell. So here are some types of insects: dragonflies, mayflies, and damselflies; grasshoppers, crickets, and praying mantises; ants, wasps, and bees; ladybugs and flea beetles; butterflies and moths. So even though it's tricky to tell, yes, a woolly bear caterpillar is an insect, and one day he'll turn into a tiger moth. Here are some caterpillar fun facts. Let's continue our search. I'm going to check under this large, damp log. I have to be so careful, I don't want to disturb it too much. As I flip it over, I found something. Do you know what these are? They're so tiny. Right there, the little white balls. They are spider eggs. Do you think a spider is an insect? Surprise, a spider is not an insect, but it is an anacrid, which also includes arthropods. Would you like to meet an arthropod? So let's meet an arthropod. This arthropod is an isopod. He's actually a crustacean. Let's explore under a rock so you can see who he is. Let's see if we can find them. There they are, right there in little balls. I'll scoop them up and you can have a closer look. While most crustaceans live in the ocean, this is one special species that lives on land, and we're so lucky to find him. They go by many names. Some people call them potato bugs, or they call them roly-poly bugs, and sometimes you'll hear the name woodlouse. They have a really tough exoskeleton, and they can fold themselves up to look like a ball to protect themselves. Can you see them? Let's have a closer look. They won't stay in a ball for too long. I'm going to put them out on a piece of paper, and soon they'll open up and crawl around. We can get a closer look and you can see their plates. There's a little guy coming out right now. They come in all different sizes, and they can live up to 2 years. Even though we plan to go on an insect and bug hunt, I think it's pretty amazing that we found these crustaceans that live on land. I wonder if you'll find them too. Remember, they don't like the light, so they'll be under a rock. And make sure they're in a damp area because they do not like to be dry. They dry out fairly quickly. So take a peek under old logs, in damp areas, and under rocks, and I'm sure you'll find these arthropods. And we also found a worm and a millipede. Take a look. I'd like to show you how small this baby is. Look in the comparison to my spoon. He's so tiny. Just love him. And when I'm done observing all the creatures, I always make sure to put them back exactly where I found them. This is their home and where their family lives, so we always have to return them to where they come from. Do you see any insects? I do. Look at these busy ants. I'm sure you'll find lots of ants on your insect search when you head out. Ants, just like bees, are really hard workers. They're all working together and each ant has a job to do. When you're out looking for insects, there's so many places that you could find them. You can definitely find them under rocks or in gardens, and especially under logs. But you can also find them on sidewalks, on trees, especially at the bottom of a tree. You'd be surprised how many insects are out there. And because it's spring, some of our insects are just waking up, so we check under the leaf piles to see who's sleeping. I'll try not to disturb them too much, just a little to take a peek, and then I'll cover them right back up. Looks like I found some little snails. Do you see them? Even though a snail is not an insect, it's a gastropod, I think it's still amazing to make the discovery to find snails and explore them. They're great to keep in a little container to observe, and always remember to cover their habitat back up for safety. So get outside and explore with your bug kit, and I'm so curious as to what you're going to find, and I'm sure you're going to learn many things about insects and creatures that aren't insects. Till next time, Ona.